Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody is doing well this morning. Thought I would put up earthquake 3D and weather so y'all can watch what's going on out there in the Atlantic and part of the United States. Um, there have been a few earthquakes this morning. I believe the latest one was over here as a 5.1. So I'll give you all a little update in just a second. I want to check my sound settings real quick. Make sure that my microphone is good and it looks good. Okay, so I've been looking at earthquakes this morning and our fives that we've had. We started off, and this was yesterday. So we'll go into yesterday. There was a 6.1 Easter Kuril Islands aftershock and a 5.7 Kuril Islands aftershock. Then we had a 5.1 Western Xinjiang, China. That one was 13 kilometers deep. And then we had a nice deep earthquake. This is this morning. So that was Western China this morning. And a 5.6 Fiji region, which was 602 kilometers deep. Now that one's not going to cause another big earthquake. It's actually going to cause lots of little, probably fives. But it's going to cause little fives to spread out. Also, we've had a 5.1 Alaska Peninsula. It was 6 kilometers deep. And there was a 5.0 offshore Guatemala. It was 30 kilometers deep. That rounds out this morning's fives. So let's see what we've had in the way of fours. In our way of fours this morning, it has been busy. So we go back and we go start with today. There was the 5.1, of course, in Xinjiang, China. There was a 4.5 off the east coast of Kamchatka. A 4.1 Western Turkey, then the 5.6 Fiji, 4.9 Halmahera, Indonesia. It was 196 kilometers deep, 4.6 aftershock in Western Xinjiang, China, a 4.8 Sicily, Italy. Then there was a 4.0 Southern Sumatra, Indonesia. That was followed by a 4.6 off the east coast of Kamchatka, 4.9 Santa Cruz Islands, the 5.1 Alaska Peninsula, 4.9 Bougainville region, Papua New Guinea, 4.8 Halmahera, Indonesia, 4.8 Kyrgyzstan. Then there was a 4.8 off the Kuril Islands, a 4.0 in Taiwan, a 4.4 offshore Chiapas, Mexico, 5.0 offshore Guatemala, a 4.0 off the east coast of Chiapas, Mexico, and then a 4.2 Salta, Argentina. That one was deep at 198 kilometers deep, so we may be looking for a bigger earthquake from this one. So when we're looking at this one and I'm thinking of where this one would be, I would say South Sandwich Islands region. So we may be looking for up to a 5.5 to a 6. So that rounds out the morning with EMSC's earthquakes. So let's take a look real quick. I want to see if Canada has had any earthquakes yet, because the fact that I hadn't seen any over the weekend. Well, I hadn't seen any over the weekend, and then they posted them yesterday for over the weekend, but you know, that's a little bit late. I guess they do take the weekend off. So our recent earthquakes for Canada, I'll put this over here real quick. Our recent earthquakes for Canada, we have had one today. It was a 2.6, 107 kilometers east of Lewiston, Maine. So let's see here. Is this it? There we go. Offshore. This is the area where it was hitting offshore Lewiston, Maine. And it was 5 kilometers deep. So that's the region. This is Augusta, Maine, I guess. So this is Nova Scotia here. So if we're looking at Nova Scotia, it is over here. We have New Hampshire, Vermont. This is Maine. So we are actually seeing earthquakes down here. So that one was not in Canada, but it was in Maine, but close to Canada. Then we look back the last 3 days. There was one earthquake yesterday. It was a 0.6. That was Queen Charlotte. 0.9 the day before in Queen Charlotte. Then we had a 1.1 Queen Charlotte a 3.2, which was a suspected industry-related event. I believe that's Alberta. Then a 1.0, I believe that's Queen Charlotte. 1.9, Ontario. And a 1.5, Ontario. So that rounds out our earthquakes for Canada. Now, you notice they started doing something new when they post that there have been industry-related events. Instead of making them a round circle, they are now making them a triangle. So you can see the triangles that are going on. This one was 8/2, 2025. So they are now posting the industry-related events as triangles. Makes it a little harder to figure it out because, you know, if you're looking for earthquakes and you're seeing lots of triangles, check this out right here. You see quite a few triangles in here. Triangle, 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 triangle. So if you can tell those are our areas of oil and fracking. Pretty easy to figure that out, huh? Alrighty then. So that's just a quick update for you guys. And I am here in the chat hanging out with you all. I hope you all are having a beautiful morning. I was out this morning, had to go run to the store. The temperature is beautiful. It is more like a fall day outside, and I enjoyed that. Sorry you guys for being kind of frustrated yesterday. I've had, I guess, as much as I can take with my car and just wishing for beautiful days ahead. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and I said, I think I'm the only person with the most bad luck in the world. I mean, it's like I've had nothing but bad luck since I bought this car. And just looking for that ray of sunshine. So I made a picture this morning and posted it on my Facebook because, you know, we're going to start thinking positive here. I'm going to start being much more positive about things. So I made a nice picture. And I put tomorrow is another day, look forward to the future. So I made that picture, you guys. I'm actually making little things lately and doing little things to have fun and to spend my time when I'm not busy looking at earthquakes, you know, things to do. So I hope you guys will enjoy my little channel here. I do put this up so that people can look and see what earthquakes are occurring in the world. This channel here does not forecast earthquakes, so please don't tell people that I forecast. I do tend to say what I think might happen. It doesn't mean I'm going to always be right. A few times I've been right, but, you know, I think of that as a gift and not as anything else. If you like this channel, please share this channel to other people. We will be doing other videos. For now, I'm just doing live streams during the mornings. And that gives me the afternoon because my granddaughter is in school. And she isn't home right now. So gives me time to clean the house, get things done, and enjoy a little peace and quiet without my granddaughter being home. Because I am the one that usually takes the most care of her. So, anywho. Let me see. I got Nova Scotia Rich Quake in chat. He says, what kind of sandwich? Well, you know what? It'd probably be a volcano sandwich, considering there's so many volcanoes down there. But then again, it could be an earthquake sandwich. I don't know. You said it smells like bad smoke there today. I'm sorry to hear that. I know that there's been a whole lot of fires going on in Oregon here lately. And I'm hoping that their fires get put out. They seem to be getting storms, but not having the rain to go with it. So they're getting fires. And that's concerning. And then, of course, you know, we're looking at this is fire season. So let's hope that this fire season this year isn't so devastating that it was last year. But let's keep the people that are going through these fires in prayer. And keep our thoughtfulness up for them when we do say our prayers, that we pray that they will be blessed and that they won't be affected. And if you think about it, pray for the wildlife too, because wildlife is having to run from these fires as well. And then also pray for the firefighters that they have the strength and the knowledge and the hands to put these fires out. Sorry, you guys, I didn't want to get into a Christian speech here this morning. But, you know, prayer is important in all things in life. Richard says it's very smoggy to hear. Is that like fog and smoke? So smoggy. Very smoggy. So I was reading that another firefighter has passed away from fighting fires. So, yes, we definitely need to keep our firefighters in prayer. So let's see what we got for weather.gov this morning. Fernand is over here, and Fernand is moving northeast at 13 miles per hour. Fernand has winds of 40 miles per hour, and it is a tropical storm. It looks like a tropical storm that's about to be ripped to pieces. And then, of course, we have this storm here, but it is not expected to do anything, and it is no longer being watched by NOAA. So, well, it's not being shown as an X or anything of importance, if you can tell on here. They're no longer showing it as something to be worrying about. However, I would be keeping an eye on this storm anyway. So for anybody and everybody who's watching, feel free to come into the chat room. Feel free to chat. I will be back in a few minutes. I am going to go and see what my daughter's doing. She's up to something. And actually, I gave her my coffee to put in the kitchen, and I think I still want my coffee. So I'll be right back. You call me deaf? Yeah, you need to listen. Really? Thank you. All I heard was you think. Yeah, no, you need to listen. My daughter says I need to listen, that I'm losing my hearing. She's telling me to open my ears. Open your ears and open your mind. Open my mind? Being over smoked here like smoked fish. You know, I used to like fish a lot, okay? I'll give y'all a little story. So, some of y'all don't know, I grew up on a sailboat, and we used to fish all the time. And we had fish, and we would have clams, and we'd have oysters, and we would eat snails, we'd have lobster, all the stuff that came from the sea, you know? And then one day, my dear old adopted mother told me, "You are what you eat." And I remember thinking, I eat so much fish, I don't want to eat fish anymore, because I might end up being a fish. So, for some reason, I stopped eating like fish. I'll still eat tuna and stuff, but I don't like fish with bones. But I'll eat a fish like fish that doesn't have bones. But I know that sounds weird, but I stopped eating fish. I can cook it, but I just pretended I don't eat it. I know, weird story, right? Welcome to the chat room. Hello, Auntie A. Good morning or afternoon, wherever you are. Again, you guys, I apologize. Yesterday I was just so stressed out. I took that car to the shop, and like I was explaining on the live stream yesterday, you can know something, but having the paperwork in your hand and that problem just doesn't make it any better, And I'm still confused right now. I'm very confused because I ended up yesterday after getting off. I ended up talking to the shop, and we were discussing the fact that, and he pulled up the paperwork. We were discussing the fact that it had said that I had a catalytic converter problem and a problem on the number 1 cylinder, right? So I called him up and he looked that up and he was like, yeah, and he goes, and it doesn't show those codes this time. It shows 4 different codes, right? He was like, either you've got an issue or your computer in your car is bad. So I don't want to hear that one because, I don't even know how much a computer for the car will be. But it could also be a wiring issue. So I've got to go pay that $148 on the 2nd for them to do a, full diagnostic on the car. And we're going to hope that it's something simple. We're going to hope that it's something really simple. Because I'm not prepared for anything big. But I want to get this car good enough so that I can be able to go down to Florida and go see my son and do a little bit of exploring. Like, I've been wanting to go to the Uwharrie Mountains and go back and visit there because it is beautiful, and that's here in North Carolina. And I also wanted to go to a gold mine. We have a gold mine here in North Carolina, so I wanted to go there as well. But because I haven't had a car that's been, because I haven't had a car that's been reliable, I haven't been able to do these things that I've wanted to do. I've just been wanting to do a little bit of exploring, and when you don't have a car that's reliable, then you can't do those things. But this is also the first car that I've had in forever that has AC. Ha! So that's been the boon of this car, is the fact that it does have AC. And so anyways, yesterday I was angry enough with the car that I actually made a video. And I don't know if y'all saw the video. It was a song. I wrote up the lyrics and made the song and put it on my YouTube channel. So I hope y'all enjoy that song. So anyways, that's all I got to say about that. And no, I have not asked anybody yesterday in my video, my update. Did not ask anybody to help me with the car. I just was explaining to y'all what I was going through. Even though I could use the help, I'm just not asking. You love fish? Lots of fishermen in the family? I love fishing. I love fishing. I just don't enjoy particularly eating fish that have a lot of bones. I think if somebody can cook me a fish without the bones in it, it's great. But when we were in the Bahamas, we used to catch a lot of grouper. We would catch clownfish. Don't eat puffers. We caught shark. I've never eaten shark. Even though we caught shark, we would throw it back. We would never keep a shark. Yeah, I've done that. That didn't work. They did that yesterday after they did the codes on the car. They reset the battery. That still didn't work. They took and had me drive the car and the light came back on. Then took it back and they retested the light. So that didn't work. That still gave them 4 different codes. So if it's a air leak, he said it could be coming from the exhaust manifold. I guess, I don't know what that is, but he said there could be a crack there, which means it would just need tightened up. There's 4 different codes, so nothing I can do, unless it ends up being the computer. And we don't want to discuss the computer on this car. But I will know by the 2nd. It's just, the only bad thing is it's just costing me. And the only thing I don't want to do is go get an ASEMA loan, because when you get an ASEMA loan, you need to pay that off within 3 months, or you end up having what do you call it, finance charges, and something that can cost you $500 will end up costing you $1,000. So it's better to be able to pay it off than to get a loan. Not saying that I can't get a loan, it's just something I really, really don't want to do. I've done that off and on for the past year, and it has cost me. It's cost me quite a lot. And I want to get back to living again. I want to get back to where I'm not focused on trying to fix this monster outside. I need to focus on other things, because in this next year with the rent going up, I need to start looking into somewhere else to move to, because my rent has gone up so much that I'm being priced out of my life. And if y'all know how that feels, then you know what it feels like to not be able to buy groceries or decide whether you're going to pay half your electric bill. So I'm at one of those places where I'm deciding which one I need to do more. So yeah, that's why I'm saying it's not so easy. Things are just not great. Yes, I know, Nova. I know you know a lot about cars. I'm sure if you live down this way, hey, you know what? Maybe I could put the car on a train and send it to you. Wait, the tariffs would probably be horrible. The manifold is where the muffler meets the engine. So is it possible there could be a leak there that could be causing these codes? That's what I'm wondering. But the car is not making any loud noises. It's just acting funky sometimes when I go uphill. Yep, I'm trying all the suggestions that I'm being sent. The only thing I'm going to tell you guys is thank God. Thank God the catalytic converter code dropped off. Even like the guy said yesterday, that's good news. The car is no longer saying catalytic converter. It's talking about the catalyst now. So that's something totally different, which is a lot less expensive. Now, if it ends up being the computer on the car, I don't know. Maybe I could go to a junkyard and buy one, but you know, there's no promise that it would actually work, and I wouldn't know how to do it, so I would have to have the shop do it. But I don't know how much a computer for. Let me look. I'm gonna look online. Computer for 2007 Chevy Equinox. Y'all want to know? It says here through eBay. Well, I found one for eBay, $149. But that doesn't show me all the different. Let's see, shopping. Let's go under shopping. This is all through eBay, Walmart. eBay. I'm only seeing Walmart and eBay. Walmart has $138. What is that? Genuine AC Delco for Chevy Equinox 2007, 2008, 2009. Those are control modules, so I don't know if that's what we're needing. eBay. 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 I used to do eBay a long time ago. I used to sell stuff on eBay. I used to make good money selling on eBay. That's before it became totally different. I was treasures and more one on eBay. Hey, you guys, please remember to hit that like button. Let's see if this works. forgot, you guys. I reset my computer. And then I need to re-sign in to my Twitter. Ooh, Twitter. Your stove's beeping. Hey, Annabug. Okay. I'm gonna see. Who you telling shush? You. Oh, you ain't talking to me like that. I talk to you like that all the time. What do you mean? Really? Uh-huh. You just a wayward child. Calm your booty, woman. No, you calm your flat zone. Oh, it's very serious. It's getting there. Bring it on. Not that serious. Calm down, white woman, down. What you calling a white woman? You are a white woman. Oh. You were born in fucking Virginia. You're a white woman. I was born in Virginia, so that makes me a white woman, huh? No, your skin makes you a white woman. White woman. It's very tan. Yeah, because of the sun. I ain't been out in the sun. How often do you see me in the sun? Oh, you mean because I stood outside for so long, that's why? You were never getting rid of that permanent tan, Mom. Never? Never. Well, bet. I'm going to go get some of that stuff that they use to make your pigment whiter. You guys, me and my daughter have been messing with each other all the time. So how'd Skylar like getting off to school this morning? Huh? How was Skylar getting off to school this morning? Like every other day that she's ever gone to school. You didn't put her in a long sleeve shirt again, did you? No, Mom. She looked like she was wearing a jacket. No, she was just wearing her weird tutu fucking thing. Okay. Yeah, because she went to school with a long sleeve shirt yesterday and it was too hot. Huh? You're letting her pick out her clothes. You might want to remind her how hot it is outside still. Yeah, she didn't pick out a long sleeve shirt this morning. Chill? Who are you talking chill? Man, girl, didn't I teach you some manners? Woman, do not make me Woman? Oh my goodness. But you also taught me not to stick up for any bullshit. Girl, you gonna keep going? What? You gonna keep running that mouth? It's like a flapjack. Who the fuck you think I got the yapping from? Wasn't me. You definitely. Must have been your sister. Maybe your brother. No. Oh my god. Oh, Annie A says, sounds like my house. What? Oh, God. The audacity, huh? I don't even know what the fuck I just said. I know you don't. You wasn't even thinking. They're over there. I moved them. I moved them so you wouldn't hurt yourself. What? I'm gonna come in here. Shut up. Is there corn in this too? Mom, there's corn in everything. There's corn in everything? Would you die without corn? My daughter's in the kitchen cooking. Oh, Lord. Yes, my daughter is not one to argue with. She's got to come back for everything. And that's just... I think I missed my true calling as a comedian. You missed your true calling as a comedian, huh? I really did. Well, you know, there's still time to do something about it. You ain't that old. Like people. Huh? I can't be a comedian. I don't like people. You don't like people, so you can't... You can't be a comedian because you don't like people. Oh, that's worse. Yes, you guys, my daughter doesn't do much going out of the house. Nova Scotia says I wouldn't want to argue with her. Auntie A says sounds like my house, and Nova Scotia Richquake said I wouldn't want to argue with her. Come say hi. Just say hi. Say hi. She's trying to whisper hello. No, she's saying no. Well, okay. Don't give me that look. You remind me of when you were little. I used to say, "Wipe that look off your face," and you used to say, "How?" Oh my God. Hey, Nova Scotia, y'all guys. She says hello. She's just busy cooking.
I'm definitely the funniest out of your kids.
She makes people crack up.
Damn it, but I gotta compete with Alex. Fuck.
There's no competition with Alex.
No, there isn't. Because Chris isn't funny, Jesse's not funny, Rose is a stick in the mud.
And then that leaves you and who? You know who's gonna grow up and be a comedian?
Oh.
Skylar.
No, I think she's gonna be a singer.
Well, you know what? With her tiptoeing around still, you want to get her into dance classes.
No, it's more so like I think she's. Well, I did ask her what she wanted to be when she grew up. She said a superhero, and I told her superheroes aren't real like the ones in the comics. I told her, but there are real life superheroes, and she was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Doctors and cops and firefighters. Those are superheroes." And she was like, "I want to be a doctor." I was like,
Well, then she better get her grades good.
I stopped and I looked at her. I was like, with my brains in your body, that ain't gonna happen.
Oh, it might. She's really smart.
I mean, she works hard, yeah, but
Do you
like,
know, over the summer, she taught herself to read.
Adult.
There wasn't the school that taught her to read. They just gave her the alphabet. She just started reading over the summer and writing on her own. So she's already set for first grade. She's more advanced than those other kids. She's smart.
You give her too much credit.
I don't give her too much credit. She better quit crayoning my walls.
See,
I've been trying to tell her that paper is not the wall. She'll be like over here, drawing the paper and then up the wall. And I'm like, the picture doesn't belong on the wall.
The creativity is not bounded by paper. That is how artists can draw walls and the cathedral. Okay, so.
Right. Well, she's been seeing that too much then.
No, she hasn't. She's different.
She's cute. But she's gonna have homework this year. That means you're gonna have to really help her with that homework.
I was helping with her last year.
I'm just wondering, she's still got that same teacher. That teacher better not open up and yell at her again, because I'll go right back down there to her.
The teacher got yelled at by the principal.
Yeah, but she got yelled at last year when I went down there and told him to bring that teacher up there. And Miss Pogo stood there, and I told her, I said, you don't ever yell at my granddaughter again. I said, we don't yell at her at home. You don't yell at her
Apparently,
here.
Skylar has more than just, like, 2 best friends. She's got, like, 3 in her classroom, and then she's got 2 on the bus that she doesn't see in class. And I'm like, I can't keep up with these friends if you don't tell me who they are.
Well, they're all going to be her best friends, Anna.
Well, I'm on the portal with their parents, so
Yeah.
I'm going to reach out to one of her best friend's parents and set up a play date and drop Skylar off at their house, probably.
Good.
I'm being a good mom. Leave me alone.
You're trying. I'll give you that.
Better than Jesse was. At least my daughter didn't run out of the
I don't think Junior has any friends. Poor kid. Oh my God. You guys, I was live while we were talking. Oops. Yes, we have real life that goes on in our house. Real life. I have a 7-year-old granddaughter, you guys. I live with my daughter. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Unless my daughter ends up getting married eventually. As most kids this day and age, a lot of them are moving back home because being out there is too expensive to live on their own. And even though I'm barely hanging on, I'm still managing. Hello, Nova Scotia Richquake. Hang on a second. Let's see what other good news, bad news we got for today. Oh, you guys know in St. Louis, several houses were flattened. 3 people were hospitalized due to a house exploding, causing another house next to it to be flattened. And that was on the news. That was last night, I believe. There is an investigation that is underway after an explosion rocked a neighborhood outside St. Louis, Missouri, leveling several homes. So, you'll have to look that one up because that is an interesting story. Hello, North Carolina sweet cake. They now have a new story about a mysterious object that is parked at the edge of the universe. A mysterious object has been detected at the edge of the universe, sparking curiosity and debate within the scientific community. As researchers scramble to understand its origins and purposes, theories ranging from advanced alien technology to unknown cosmic phenomena abound. The enigmatic object's presence at the university's boundary poses profound implications for our understanding of the cosmos. The initial detection of the mysterious object was nothing short of a cosmic revelation. Using the latest advancements in telescope technology, astronomers first spotted the object through the powerful lenses of the James Webb Space Telescope. The object, located at the very edge of the observable universe, immediately caught the attention of scientists worldwide. Its unique light signature and unusual trajectory set it apart from known cosmic entities, making it a subject of intense interest and speculation. Excuse me. The object's location at the boundary where our universe meets the unknown adds to the intrigue. Its observable features include an unusual shape and a reflective surface that defies typical cosmic characteristics. Initial reactions from scientists were a mix of excitement and skepticism. The public, too, was captivated by the news, with social media platforms and online forums abuzz with discussions about what this discovery might mean for our understanding of the universe. Well, you guys, I got another little story for you. How many of y'all know or remember that Elon Musk sent his Roadster into space, right? Well, NOAA apparently thought that they had found a new comet and were watching it until they realized that it was Elon Musk's Roadster. That was a good one, right? Okay, on other news, Avi Loeb thinks that Atlas, I believe it's Atlas 3, may be an alien spaceship. So, yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff out there. A lot of interesting days ahead. I'm sorry, but I don't believe so much in UFOs, but I did see a news article this morning that there was a fisherman who was fishing who saw UFO lights off the coast of North Carolina, and it cannot be explained. So, just interesting stuff going on. Me personally, I think it may have been some more of those, drones. It looked like drones, so therefore it may have been drones. Auntie A says, same here, my youngest can't afford to buy a house, so hard for them. Did you see the orange shark? No, I didn't see the orange shark. Where was it? There was an orange shark? That's interesting. Most sharks are what, gray? And some of them are brown, but I haven't seen an orange shark. Let me see here. Let me look up orange shark. Orange shark. Holy jeez! Wow. Now this is cool looking. Says the orange shark. Let me see. I'll show you guys a photo because that I think I can do. There's the orange shark. That is totally wild looking. Researchers don't believe the rare condition albino exanthrochromism poses a significant threat to the shark's survivability. The depths of the Caribbean host a spectacular array of marine life, including this nurse shark featuring vivid orange scales and cloudy white eyes. Last year, anglers on a fishing trip near Costa Rica with Parisma Domus Dai, a tourist company, reeled in what looked like a giant goldfish with shark-like chompers. After snapping some photos of the creature about 6 feet and 1.8 meters, the fishermen let it go, later describing their strange encounter to marine experts. The researchers concluded that this odd creature was not a bloated goldfish, rather it was a nurse shark, a well-known predator living in the Caribbean waters. But unlike most of its brethren, this orange nurse shark has not one but two extremely rare conditions: xanthanism and albinism, a combination only observed once before in marine creatures. A detailed account of the orange nurse shark's discovery and analysis was published earlier this month in Marine Biodiversity. For researchers, this orange shark is a living example of nature's wonders and quirks. Xanthanism, or unusually yellow pigmentation, is so rare that it's only been recorded a handful of times across all animal species. That alone makes this orange shark special, but it also had white eyes with no visible iris, implying the shark has albino exanthrochromism, the mix of two rare conditions. Xanthanism does not directly affect the health of these sharks. The shark, from what researchers can confirm, appears to be quite healthy. Meanwhile, nurse sharks are normally brown, an unassuming color that helps the predator blend into its surroundings. What's remarkable about the orange shark is that it survived to adulthood without such camouflage, a promising sign for its survivability. But the genetic pathway that resulted in this aesthetic is still unclear. Independently, albinism and xanthanism are associated with genetic mutations. However, researchers are wondering if this unique mix could have emerged from inbreeding or environmental stresses, such as elevated sea temperatures or hormonal imbalances. The discovery raises important questions about the genetic viability and adaptability of nurse sharks in specific habitats. That is so cool. What are you doing?
Petting the dog.
Petting the dog.
Petting the dog.
Are you eating the dog?
No.
Eating the dog.
Because once
Eating
I
the
stop
cats.
petting
Eating
her,
the
she
dog.
raises her.
Eating the cats. She's over there yawning. Okay, so I woke up in the middle of the night last night, right?
She's enjoying being a little dog.
Anna? I woke up in the middle of the night last night, and I was like, move the blanket, right? And she's sleeping upside down on her back with her legs in the air. I was like, she was just like this. I was like, you're too human. She had her head on the pillow and everything.
Okay. I got
And she's my little human pet.
you're a human pet.
You're a chia pet. Cha-cha-cha-cha-chia. Y'all, please remember to hit the like button and the subscribe. There is a subscribe button. And when you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon. Because YouTube tends to see people who subscribe but don't hit the bell icon as bots. So we want to make sure that y'all are not listed as bots and removed from the channel. You know, Auntie A, it is one of those things right now where, like I was talking about, a lot of kids are moving back home because they can't afford to be out on their own. And it is so different for kids these days. I was reading yesterday that only 5%, and thank God mine is in that 5%, only 5% who get out of college end up getting jobs in their career field. And my daughter, went through after she graduated. It took her 3 months, but she landed a job in her career field. And she also graduated magna cum laude, which is the highest of her class. But didn't mean that she was going to get a job right away, and she just got lucky. But she had to move cities just to get that job. So I'm extremely proud of her, but at the same time, it puts a lot of focus on a lot of the kids that are going to college these days that are not ending up in the career fields that they've actually been studying in. And it does beg the question of how hard things are going to be for the next generation. I mean, if you look at it, I'm going to give y'all a statistic. Houses here in the United States, if you're looking at the minimum, $500,000, okay? $500,000 for a house these days, okay? That is the minimum across the United States, all right? It makes you think. I was doing some research about a lot of things. 5% of kids that graduate from college are getting jobs in the fields that they studied, okay? It makes you think about the amount of time and money that's being put in for kids to go to college to not get the jobs in the fields that they've studied for. And we need some of these kids that have actually gone to college and studied, because they're learning newer things than people that are working these days know. Like, let's say the medical field. They're learning things in the medical field that the older generation didn't learn. And some of them have to go back to college to learn these new things. Then you've got college kids that are coming out of college that are already know these things. So there's a lot of competition for jobs right now as well. And not everybody's going to get a job in the field that they studied for. That's unfortunate. So that's why you see a lot of college kids, college age parents, kids moving back home to live with their parents because they can't afford to live out there on their own. Bills are becoming too high. Electric's becoming too high. Houses are becoming too unaffordable. Apartments are also becoming too unaffordable. It's a bad situation all around. And yes, one of the reasons why I complain is because of the fact that even though I receive disability each month, doesn't mean that I receive enough to live on. I worked for 45 years, busted my hump, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. My kids will tell you, Mom was not home a lot except for maybe weekends. And that was about the only time that I got to spend with them, was one day of the weekend. And putting them in daycare sometimes, it was a breaker, okay? That was an extra job for me. So one job half the day and another job the other half of the day. And then whatever time I had left to spend with my kids, and then sleep time. And then up again and start all over the next day. And I'm going to tell you, you put a lot into it, you pay a lot into taxes, and then on top of that, I stopped one job and started my own business. And, I did okay with my own business until the tornado hit. And that tornado tore up everything that I had built. So, talk about, you can have it all and then it'll all be gone. So that is what happened to me back in 2011. I was doing pretty good. But when you talk about you pay a lot into taxes when you get disability, I get pretty much retired. So mine is different. But when you put a lot into it and then they're not even giving you back what you put in per month, it just feels like you're getting ripped off in a way. So you expect for your retirement to actually be better off. And it's not. It's not anything I expected it to be. And I tried to save for it, but then I ended up paying into medical bills. So I'll tell you what, that took a big chunk. Auntie A says she just passed the first part of her investment management exam, so hopefully she'll get a pay raise. Oh, that would be awesome. I will keep her in thought, and I hope that she does. Yeah, you started working before you started school? I started my first job when I was 14, and I worked at a restaurant, as a waitress. I really liked that job though. I don't know. I enjoyed it. Every single table had a tip, so I worked every table to get those tips. I'll tell you what, that was fun. And then my second job, which I'd say it would be like almost my first job, but it was my second job. I worked for Taco Bell with all the kids in the neighborhood that we lived. We lived in the neighborhood. All the kids got a job at the same Taco Bell. So we all went to work together and all got off work together. That was a fun job. And that was because we all knew each other. So we had fun doing the job. Then after that, I went and worked for a restaurant as I helped cook. And then after that, that was during my 16th, 15th year, I worked at McDonald's for 3 months. I hated that job. Then I worked for, what do you call it? I went and worked for KFC. That was a good job. You got to take home chicken. Yeah.
Food's on the stove if you want any.
Thanks. I'm not hungry, but thank you. Then I went from that, and I actually ended up pregnant with my first son. But I was working at what do you call it? Captain D's. It was a fish shack, and I couldn't handle the job because I was getting sick while on the job. But we ended up married. My husband was in the military, so he did three months of AIT, and then we moved out to Washington State. And in Washington State, I worked for Soldiers Field House as a barista. In fact, I ran the Soldiers Field House on my own. And that would be like a whole line of soldiers in the morning waiting to get their coffee. And I enjoyed that job. It was a single job, but I enjoyed it. And I did that for 2 years. And then we moved here to Fayetteville, North Carolina. And I worked on the military base for, as a, what do you call it? Forget what they call them. Wasn't a waitress, but I was we attended parties, so we served parties for the military, for the higher up ranks. And then after that, I worked for a gas station as attendant. That was an interesting job. That was in a bad part of town, but I knew the owner. And then I went back to college because I was doing college at the same time. And went to college for criminal justice, latent evidence, criminal justice technology, teaching, and also geology. And ended up graduating in, I believe it was 2020. Was it 2020 or 2000? No, 2014, sorry. And then I worked for Cumberland County Sheriff's Department, and I worked for a major security company. Yeah, so did I. I enjoyed. If I could have, I probably would have stayed working at that gas station longer. The boss there paid me really good, and I worked for him for 6 years. It was a good job. All I had to do was deal with people. At first, when I started working there, it was like I had a real timid attitude. Like really, I didn't like talking to people so much. But I'll tell you what, after working there for a while, if somebody cut loose on me, I knew how to cut loose on them. And I used to keep people in check. Well, what happened is I worked for Cumberland County Sheriff's Department, and actually working for that security company was a step up. I was making $17 an hour working for the Sheriff's Department, but I was making almost $20 an hour working for the security company. So it was a big step up. And it was armed, so that's a big step up. I worked for the sheriff's department for 7 years or 8 years. I think it was 8 years. So that was my life of working. Yeah, that happened for me too. I ended up getting hurt on the job, so that ended me. I broke my ankle, tore the ligaments in my ankle, messed up both my knees, and then messed my back up. And I was out of work, and oh my God, I'll tell you what. Being home is one of the most boringest things. So I actually got injured on the job. And then it ended up with me having neuropathy to my hand. I can use my hand, but I just can't feel my fingers on my left side. And we won't go into how I got injured on the job, but I got injured on the job. I ended up being picked up, scraped off the sidewalk, and taken to the emergency room. So then, after that, I told my kids, I was going to become a YouTuber, because I had started looking around at YouTube videos and stuff, and I started thinking, I could do that. I can talk about science stuff. I can talk about things. So I told them I'm going to be a YouTuber, and they laughed at me and said, yeah, right. And I told them, watch me, and I uploaded my first video. And guess what? I haven't looked back since then. And it's just been for fun, pretty much. It's been for something to do. Because other than that, I'm home, and I don't go anywhere. I sit in my chair, so what am I going to do? I don't have well, let's say I have physical issues, so this keeps me busy. Water? You need water? Water! Glub, 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 glub. Nova Scotia Ridgequake, I'm beginning to think you are a goldfish. Every time I see you, need water. Nova Scotia Ridgequake understands where I'm coming from as far as security work. That is one of the things that he and I share in common. And in fact, a lot of my friends, I will say, worked in the service fields of fire department, police department, sheriff's department. Not the other big name places. I don't have any friends that work in the CIA or the FBI or any of that, as far as I know. But I will say that most of my friends worked in the same fields that I did. And once in, always in. Now, one of the things I used to do for the sheriff's department is go and work at the schools. And I used to direct the traffic for the schools and direct the traffic with the buses. Well, the craziest school I ever worked at was Cape Fear High. You would go stand in the middle of the street, and these kids would get in their cars, and they would come vrooming up out of there, right? And I'm going to tell you what, this one girl nicked me with her car. And I will never forget that. That was the day that I decided that I valued my life. And, I had kids at home, so had to start thinking about them as opposed to the job that I was doing, and that I wanted to be around for them for the rest of my time instead of dying from a vehicle. Because I'll tell you what, some of these kids that drive, oh my God, you wonder where they got their licenses from. Oh yes, I've had a busy life, Auntie A. I have kept as busy as I can. You've got to be doing something every day with your life. I don't care if you're reading, drawing, an artist, photography, anything. But you have to keep busy with your life, because if you don't, it allows for, like I went through, and I get depression sometimes. It allows you to go through a point of feeling useless. It allows you to feel like you're no good anymore. And it'll put you in a state of depression. So staying busy is one of the things that I have done, is to continue to always try to learn, always try to put myself to use, try to be helpful to other people, be kind to other people. No matter if you want to be mean, you be kind, because kindness gets other people where they need to go. You are only a step in the help for other people. Tried to lead a busy life. I've had a fun life. I actually wrote a book about my life up until my last divorce. It's under a pen name on Amazon. But I've had an interesting life. I've done a lot, seen a lot, and everything in my life when I was younger prepared me for my life when I got older. In so many ways, like, let's say I went through some experiences when I was younger that helped me be able to deal with having an autistic daughter. And if I hadn't had those experiences, I don't think my autistic daughter would be where she's at today. She's fully functioning, able to take care of herself. She doesn't drive because she can't drive. We tried to teach her to drive several times, and each time ended in disaster. So we finally gave up with trying to teach her to drive. But I will tell you, if you spend time with her, you would not know that she has autism, except for some of the things that she can't do. I refused to give up on her. A doctor looked at me when she was less than a week old and told me if she survives, because she was born early, she will never be able to walk, never be able to talk, and never have a chance at a normal life. And I looked at that doctor and I said, yeah, but you're not God. And I remember that was one of the things that I stated, you are not God. So, like I've always believed, my God is more powerful. Put it in God's hands and see where it goes. Ah, you have the seashore on your doorstep. That's awesome. I would love to have a house on an island. I'd love to have a house on an island with the seashore right there, be able to see the birds and the fish and dolphins and whales. I am a seashore person, so yeah, and I live in the middle of North Carolina. Woo! But the last time I went to the ocean was back for my son's wedding, and I really enjoyed that. I went and sat out on the beach and enjoyed just listening to the waves. Looks like North Carolina's having might have some thunderstorms today. We got this big, huge low coming across here. Okay, you guys, so I haven't gotten better. I will say I still have my cough, but I haven't totally kicked it yet. I'm still doing honey. My sore throat has gone away. Um, I still have a cough though. So that's something I'm going to have the doctors look into because they did an x-ray on me and the x-ray came back clear. But the bad news is I have had mold in this apartment. And even though they've come and removed it several times, it comes back. So it may be mold spurs that have been making me sick. And it's all underneath my cabinet in my kitchen. So I think they're going to have to remove the wall. I don't see George this morning. I'm wondering where George is. George, George, George of the jungle. I don't see Brokefish, and I'd ask him for a fire update. But then again, they're on the West Coast, so they may not be awake yet. Auntie A says, I see dolphins from my window, also cruise liners, yachts, oil rigs, and the ever-changing sky. Oh, that must be a view. Hey, are y'all getting ready to get that storm that's coming from the United States over that way? Hey, Brokefishin'. Good morning. Round 3 lightning today. Oh, no. Do y'all have more fires, Brokefishin'? Hey, Broke. Auntie A's in number 1 this morning. Woohoo! She has the crown. Yes, more fires? That's not good. Well, I hope that they go away. Let me do a little recon for Oregon fires. See what I can find out here. So, let me see here. I do have Fire Smoke CA, so let's look and see Oregon's fires real quick. So we're looking over here, and there are 3 fires showing for Oregon. There's one here. And there is one over here. And this is Dinner Ridge. And then there's one here. Let me see. I think Brokefishin' might be calling me. Find my phone. Where are my phones? Oh, there they are. Why aren't they ringing? Come on, you ring. Phone is starting. You idiot phone. Hang on a minute, bro. Hello? Hello, you're on live.
Yeah. I know I'm behind right here. Let me mute this real quick.
Okay, I think Broke's gonna give us a fire update.
Northern California, Siskiyou County, it broke out last night, had level 3 evacuations. We have some here in Oregon. If you check the Oregon group, I've already put it up. We have drift smoke in the Umpqua Valley, Douglas County, and Lane County, heavy drift smoke. It smells like fire outside. the immigrant fire in Oregon is putting up lots of smoke all night, so I'm doing my morning check.
Right. So that's the darker areas on the fire smoke map, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Darker areas will be heavy, level 3. Medium areas will be medium, of course, and light. I can drop that link if anybody wanted it.
Okay. How close are you to these fires, Broke?
Some of them very close, and they haven't found everything from yesterday yet either.
That's not good.
Let me. It could be days before they find everything from yesterday's double lightning storm, because we had it in the morning, we had it in the afternoon. I haven't even looked at the lightning map. I'm just going by what the information I get out of the group, out of doing my surfing, morning surfing. It's like before coffee at this time of year.
Right, I hear
I'm
you.
just hoping that the Statesman Journal, the smoke and fire map, I just posted that in the chat for everybody. They do really good. I'm actually probably going to use it to look at the fires this morning. Let me see. We had a new one. The Rice incident. Rice was caught. That was last night in Sweet Home, Oregon. The ones that are concerned are down south. Oh yeah, I'm under, what do they call it? I'm under medium density smoke right now in the Umpqua Valley. That whole section on the Statesman's map that goes up from Roseburg up to basically the edge of Crater Lake is that. We have a whole bunch of fires. Everything yellow is what was caught overnight. All the rest are the reds in that area.
Right.
It's past inland. Those are all yesterday's lightning strikes that were found. Like I said, the big ones, wow, there's more that was caught last night than I thought. The big one that was putting up problems last night, let me find it. No. Oh yeah, we got a bunch of them. Everything in yellow. Let me see. Are you showing it?
Yeah, I'm showing it live.
Because I'm looking at the map myself. Everything in yellow is from yesterday's lightning storms.
Oh,
We
God.
do. Part of the red ones are from the night before. Basically, it's looking like all California from Redding north out to the coast and all that are under light smoke. The rest of us I'm under medium density smoke, of course, up there by that fire by Redmond, Oregon. It's heavy density. Actually, it is. But that's a localized thing. That fire I haven't checked it this morning, the flat fire at Sisters, Oregon. Well, let me see, 21,000 acres, almost 23,000 acres. 38, give it 30 acres, it'll be 22,000 acres. But this report...
Where is Redmond, Oregon?
Huh?
Where is Redmond, Oregon on here? Is it closer to Portland or Salem or Eureka?
It says Bend.
Bend. I'm looking for it.
Central Oregon, Highway 97.
Oh, there's Grants Pass.
Yeah, Grants Pass is on the I-5. You want to zoom in.
Ah, there's Bend. I found it. Okay. There's that big one.
The big red one just above Bend is the flat fire.
Right.
Yeah, down. Right, up.
I got it?
No, yeah, you're zoomed in. But
Oh,
go
yeah,
back
I
up
got
a
it.
bit.
I'm ahead of you on the map, on the thing.
Yeah, I forget that there's the lake. That's the flat fire.
Okay.
That's the one. You see that it's smoke, red. We're under warnings, like I said, for lightning today. They've already put it out.
You see the estimated cost to date? $11,112,448.
Yeah, you gotta
Jeez.
remember people like me, not
Yep.
the average fire. I wasn't the average firefighter, but I was a boss. People like me were not cheap to have on talk, and your week into overtime after 40, and when you're working 16-hour days or 14 days at a time, you're on overtime really quick. It starts on Sunday, and you just put in almost 20 hours.
Right.
I put 18 hours a day average, 16 to 18.
Oh my God.
Overtime later today, they're on overtime.
Right.
And the rest of the week is your time plus, time and a half overtime. And if it's a holiday, it's double your base pay. Sometimes triple, depending who your boss is.
Richard's got quite a few fires over here in Nova Scotia now too.
Yeah, I hadn't even looked. My morning's just starting. My reports are basically just starting. The Oregon group. Yeah. I posted the one morning there. You can go get it. I think it's the last thing I put into that Oregon group. That fire by Richard is still out of control. The other 4 are under control, but the one by him is still out of control. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I got it. Yeah. And then it's not going to stop until they get a decent rain. Yeah, you'll see News 5. I put it up 24 minutes ago. It says Medford, shows a picture of Medford, but smoke and haze has filled the area from the immigrant fire near the Lane-Douglas County line. The new Dillon fire in Siskiyou County. It's 1,000 acres, and that thing was caught around 5 o'clock last night. I'm going to go to my other thing and get stop playing around. Hang on. So showing a picture of Medford right here, you guys. That's where one of the fires is going on. Can you talk about that one, Brooke? The one by Medford is, that one is the McDonald fire. It was updated. Forward progress stopped. The one that's the big one is just down in California. Do you have watch duty? I do not. Hang on. This will give you a map. I use this map daily, but let me drop this link. Here's watch duty. Okay. This covers the west. They're pretty good. There's sometimes you want to you always check them, and if they say Facebook, you go to Facebook because that's where the information hits, and that's where they're getting it from. Like the Flat Fire, they have a Facebook page. I post the Facebook page, not the watch duty information, because there's more information on the Facebook page than there is on the app. Right. So the one that's the big concern that went to 1,900, they're saying that is the Dillon fire in California. It's a big red dot. Yep, I just hit it. Because I'm not watching the feed right now. Last updated 8 hours ago, they did issue an evacuation late last night. Yep, I see that. They say the fire's been mapped at 922.4 acres by Intel 12. They did that mapping last night. So it's not 1,000 acres, it's 922. They should round it up to 1,000. If it's 950, round up. 922, just tell them what it is. Yeah, it's almost 1,000. Last update, at 11:39 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, it was 300 acres. So this thing just ate ground last night. 600 acres between 11:30 and 12:31. Right. Oh, it might have been more than they were talking at 11:30. Intel is the plane that flies with infrared, looks at the outside perimeter. They are showing hot spots in that whole area. There is the evacuation tent. Enough of the Dillon fire. The other one they said was the immigrant fire, which is north of Crater Lake. Right. I saw that one. I clicked on it a few minutes ago. Let me see if I can find it again. Diamond Peak Wilderness.
Let me see.
Look for the big round circle on the map.
Yeah,
Highway
there's
138.
Crater Lake, Sky Fire, Old Fire, Picket Fire. No, that's Clear Lake. I'm looking for Crater Lake. Oops.
Yeah, Crater Lake's just a visual that never moves, so I use it a lot. Here, let me jump over to the stream. Go north.
Go north? Okay, I'm going north.
California, you need to go into Oregon.
Oh, duh. Well, that would help, huh? Okay, which one am I looking for now?
Go up, Oregon, go north.
North. I am in Oregon. Now, I'm ahead of you.
No, you're not?
I'm ahead of you.
Oh, okay. Duh, I forgot that.
Immigrant Fire. Found it. Okay, found the Immigrant Fire.
Yeah, Immigrant Fire, 6,000 acres, 0% contained. Last update was last night. And through one of the reporting systems called Wildcat, they marked the 6,000 acres. I'm pretty sure that had an infrared flight on it also. They're not going to fly one and not fly the other. They just haven't put the information up. I do not know if this has a Facebook page. This is in the... Oh, yep, they're sending everybody to Willamette National Forest. Let me go look real quick. Last update was 13 hours ago from Willamette National Forest.
Okay. And what did they say?
And I know that with sustained hot, dry, and unstable weather conditions, significant fire growth has occurred on the Immigrant Fire today. 13 hours ago, they're saying 3,500 acres. So this is outdated information.
Yep.
13 hours ago. A lot happened last night.
Yeah.
It was at 11. What was it? At 11 last night, it was still 80 degrees here.
Yeah. The page Watch Duty app is saying it hasn't been updated for this area for 12 hours.
Yeah.
So it should be updated here soon.
Their last update was at 9:24 p.m. was the fire is 6,000 acres. So, you know.
I want to look at something real quick. We apparently have no fires on the East Coast, huh?
This map does not show that.
I know, I was just looking at that.
They haven't expanded this past what we would call the Mississippi line.
Right. I know we do have fires on the East Coast. I've forgotten where they are. I think we have some here in North Carolina. Wait, wrong one. So we have fires here in close enough to Fayetteville. We have the fire that's out here at Fort Bragg Military Reservation going on, but I think that one may be a controlled burn. Usually the military will do controlled burns for any of their military places, because Camp McCall has a fire outside of it as well. So those are probably controlled burns that they're doing.
I'm showing a hot fire. And they're over at Sand Hill Game Lands. They're showing a fire. 761 acres. As of the 23rd, it was contained. It's still on the map. But I'm showing a hot spot at Bragg. It's not named or any of that. I just see the hot spot.
Yeah, at Fort Bragg.
So,
that one is the one that's at Fort Bragg Military Reservation. And, yeah, it is probably, and I'm just going to say it, what happens is the military here will do controlled burns. So that may be a controlled burn that they're doing.
Yeah, is that one of the shooting ranges and they started themselves a controlled burn with artillery?
Yep.
Yeah, I know how it goes.
Yep. Plus, we've been under burn ban here, too, so they're probably doing controlled burns to keep from having any forest fires, because they will do controlled burns and then it'll smoke the whole town out.
Yeah, on on the coast, the Argosy map isn't showing a whole lot.
Right.
But when you zoom it out, there's red spots everywhere. You know,
Yeah, there's on this one.
They are showing the giant hot spot down by Miami. I believe that's out in the Everglades. There's no name. Oh, there is a name on it. The mile marker 39 fire, 48,000 acres, 95% contained.
All right. Thank you for doing your update. I appreciate it.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here.
Okay.
I gave him what I put in what I used.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I also, just so everybody knows, I surf Facebook
Right.
because all these fires, once they go over to a certain size, they get a Facebook page.
Ah, that's interesting.
And search your national. Another one to do is search your U.S. Forest Service national. You search the national forest you live in. It has a Facebook page. They post updates. You search your fire agent, your local county fire agency. They have a Facebook page. That's where all these updates are at.
Right.
You know, just so people know. And that's what I do. I have so many national forests I look through across the West that it takes me hours to go through this in the morning.
Right.
All right, so I basically did just wake up in the past half hour. I'm going to jump off here and find my coffee and do some more research. I'll be watching.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. All right, you guys. That was Broke Fishing giving us an update for the wildfires that are going on. And waiting for my YouTube to reload. I don't know what is going on with it, but it is having an issue. Let me check my internet. I guess they didn't want me talking about it. Huh. Well, internet's fine, so I don't get that. But it did boot a lot of people out of my chat room, so I don't appreciate that. Probably was the topic that we were talking about. But, you know, life is life, and you have to talk about these topics. Forest fires are affecting everybody on the West Coast. And they go right along with the earthquakes, volcanoes. I firmly believe some of it is magma movement that is causing these fires. That is my personal opinion, and that's because the West Coast has a lot of volcanoes. And magma can come up and it can start fires, so think about it. You've got ground that's getting really hot, and then it starts fires, and then they have a lot of the forest fires that are starting because of lightning. And the storms that are happening with no rain. So those fires are affecting everybody. And even if you live on the East Coast and you have family on the West Coast, it affects your family as well. So it's better to stay in tune with what's going on with nature. You guys, I am not a monetized channel. I am a monetized channel, but I am not monetizing this video. So just so you know, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button so you'll know when I go live and when I do live updates. Richard had to run somewhere, so he is not here at this minute. He will be back in a little while if I am still live at the time. Nightbot is helping me out in live stream, and I believe Broke Fishing might still be here. YouTube is having issues since yesterday. You know, yesterday I put up my live stream, finished it, and it told me that it was not going to process it for 24 hours. I mean, like, really. Hey, Brokefish, and YouTube's playing games with the people that are watching again. Now it's saying there's only one person watching, but yet I know that there's 3 people here. Is that weird or what? There is lightning north of Sacramento, California. Oh Lord, let's hope that they have rain with it. I have family that lives near Sacramento. You guys, please, please, please share the video out to anybody who might need the information on the fire updates. Brokefishing is a firefighter, and he spends his time searching and getting the amount of information that he can for people. He also has a YouTube channel, so please remember to like and subscribe to his YouTube channel. Yeah, YouTube will tell you there's 2 people watching when there's 50. So I gave up a long time ago with counting how many people are actually watching, because the fact is I can be looking at it and it won't be correct. So I gave up with that, looking at the amount of people watching the live stream. Let's see something here. I'll do something cool. I think I can do this. Let's make it skinny. And let's put it at the top. There. Cool. Oh, never mind. Let's restore the chat. Ding! There is... Let me see the lightning map. He sent me the lightning map. Oh, you guys, check out this lightning. Okay, so this is lightning that is going on and where the lightning is at. And if you look down here, you can see that there is lightning strikes going on in California. So, Stockton area is having lightning. There was one just there. I think this map don't like me. Let me refresh it. I guess I did it too quick. Okay, so there's lightning over here. See where a lightning strike was just at? Looks like there's lightning down here as well. Maybe no. There's lightning over here near Turlock, Manteca, Merced. Merced's had some lightning here as well. Well, that's interesting. Update. So that's for the last 15 minutes. Huh. Let me go back. That's quite interesting. I'm going to have to save that website to use. Thank you, Brokefish, and I appreciate that link. Let me save the lightning map to my stuff here. Oh, you guys, it's almost the 1st of the month. Today is the 26th. And guess what this weekend is? It's Labor Day weekend. So y'all be careful out there driving this coming weekend. Driving, and if you're planning on partying, make sure you got a driver. Make sure you do all the stuff that's safe to do. be safe in everything you do. Let's take a look real quick at what's going on over here. California, Oregon, you can see they still have storms coming across. Then California has some storms over here. Now I'm still watching this guy here. I think it's going to fizzle out, but this is the remnants of the tropical storm over here, which is being pulled apart. But going to keep an eye on these storms that are coming through here. I think this one's going to be pulled apart. Hopefully it won't create anything. We need to keep an eye on the Gulf of California, Gulf of America here, so that we can make sure that we don't have any tropical flare-ups. And we got to keep an eye on what's coming off of South Africa. Alright, you guys, I will be right back. I got to go find the little girl's room. Continue to chat and to hang out, and I will be back. The lightning map is fun. Be careful with fire and zip tie safety chains up and towing. Yes, you guys, if you're towing a trailer, make sure your chains are zip tied up so that they're not dragging on the ground, which can cause sparks and start wildfires. That is important. A lot of people do not do that, and they forget to do that, and they'll drag the chains will spark, and those sparks end up causing wildfires on the sides of roads. Also, if you're in an area where there's a no burn ban, don't burn. Use smartness and wait. So what are our latest earthquakes? Let me give y'all an update on the latest earthquakes. Since we started out with the latest earthquakes, we will talk about the latest earthquakes that are going on. So our latest earthquake was a 2.4 in Oklahoma. Then we've had a 3.6 in Myanmar, a 2.2 in Puerto Rico, 3.4 in Zimbabwe, a 2.0 in Western Turkey, then another Western Turkey, and then a 2.7 Strait of Gibraltar. Western Turkey is going to continue to have earthquakes, and that is something to just keep an eye on. Those are all aftershocks from the big earthquake that they had there in Western Turkey. Just like a few years ago when there was a major earthquake there, and then we just had another big earthquake, there's going to be a continuation of aftershocks. That is a very seismically active, volatile area. So I don't expect those earthquakes to stop anytime soon. Our latest 5.0s was a 5.0 3 hours ago offshore Guatemala. And then we've had a 5.1 Alaska Peninsula 8 hours and 11 minutes ago. But the deepest earthquake for today was a 5.6 Fiji region, which was 602 kilometers deep. And YouTube be playing with my live stream. And stop dropping my frames. I'm dropping frames on my CPU. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go over here and do something real quick while y'all are on that front screen. I'm gonna do something fun for myself, but y'all won't get to know about it. Dun 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 dun. Gonna plug this little monster in. And then I'm going to do this. And da 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 da. Da 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 dun dun da da dun dun da dun da 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 dun da dun da dun da dun. Da-dun, 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 da-dun. Okay, that's being done. Okay. I'm cleaning up my computer while I'm talking to you guys. That's fun, right? Making my computer a little bit faster. Faster, computer, faster. Get out, run faster. All right, you guys. I'll be back in a minute since nobody's talking. Nobody's here. I'm here broke. I'm cleaning up my computer in the background, putting files onto my thumb drive and, cleaning up everything so that my computer is nice and clean. All those downloaded songs, I'm putting all my songs that I've created onto a zip drive so that they're not on my computer anymore, since I've already uploaded them and since most of them are already with the radio station, then they will be somewhere else besides my computer, logging up space. Pinocchio. Hey, what you just did? Okay. Okay. How much fun? That was fun. That was fun, right? We're having fun. We're having fun. I just forget when I have a whole bunch of stuff on my hard drive that my computer gets slower. So I apologize, you guys, if my computer is laggy at all today. We don't have any storms, but it is gray outside right now. So, and this is the deadest I've seen my YouTube in a while, so I'm not even sure I believe YouTube. Now I see two, but I think YouTube is lying. They'll probably pull this another 24-hour thing with me again later today too. That last earthquake looks like a 2.4 California. Hey Babette, how are you doing? Welcome to the channel. I'm sure Brokefission's here somewhere. He's in and out. If y'all missed anything, I talked all the way for almost an hour. So you'll have to scroll back for all the updates, fire updates, and weather updates, and earthquake updates. Yeah. Brokefission, does Babette have her own channel? That I add to the links. You may add hers if she does have a channel as a link. We do share other people's channels here. It is an information site. Ah, from my area. Awesome. Always nice to find new people that live in my area. Double welcome, Babette. Let me see if these things are loading or not. Oops, I did the wrong one. Oops. Oh my god, you guys. I just found all of my, from when I was in CWQ Earthquakes. I found all of my stuff. Oh my goodness. You know how fun it is to look back through a thumb drive of everything that you've ever had for several years? This was my favorite picture. Well, one of them, if it'll show up. That one. And I did this one too. I made my computer slow, you guys. Sorry. That one's not going to pop up. Come on. Let's go. There you go. Are you going to close for me? Okay, guess not. Close window. Okay, my computer is in the zone right now, so if something happens, I will be back. Huh? Well, You guys, are we still alive? My computer froze for a minute. I have too much stuff open. Uh-oh. Where's my delete? Which one of you is running too much right now? I'm going to end your task. Oh, everything's good now. Had to end the task of somebody. Okay. I don't know why it's still showing the same thing, but I had to end a task. Had something open and it needed to be closed. Close it. Close it. Sorry, you guys. Y'all got to see me in real life. My live stream froze. Okay, so I don't know if it froze for y'all, but my screen froze for me because I had too much stuff going on. And usually, that means my Defender was up. So, hopefully somebody wasn't trying to get into my computer, because if they were, my Defender was going. And it let me know that something was going on. So, warning, stay out of my computer. My thing likes to take IP addresses. I'm electromagnetically sorting out, wondering if there was a small quake in southeast region of the USA. Just got here and I'm listening while working. I do have a channel, but no need to drop my link, please. Okay. Let me see here. We'll tell you where there's been earthquakes in the southeast region of the United States. Since you're in my area, there has been plenty of earthquakes that have been going on in South Carolina lately. Believe they have a swarm going on. There was also an earthquake off of Maine. However, Oregon Live is not showing it. I can show y'all this. I'll show you Canada. Canada's showing that there was an earthquake off of Maine. But if you're looking here in South Carolina, these are all the earthquakes that have occurred within the last 3 weeks. Okay, and there are some more here. This is South Carolina. This was on the 23rd. This was on the 24th. This was yesterday. And this one was yesterday as well. All of these are in the 2 range. So there is a earthquake swarm going on in South Carolina. There's also been a small swarm going on over here in North Carolina. And we can see here, this one occurred the day before yesterday. It was a 1.5, 7 kilometers west of Roseman. So it would depend on which region you live in. I can actually look it up by the region. There's the one that is off of Maine, the 2.5 Vinyl Haven, Maine. Let me make sure my sounds are still good. Yeah, my sounds are saying that they are working. So I just wanted to make sure because I had that freeze on my computer for a minute. Also looking over here, there has been earthquakes in Texas. Not Texas, I'm sorry, Tennessee border. There was one on the 24th. It was a 1.8. And we've also had earthquakes over here in Oklahoma. This is the New Madrid area. This is not Oklahoma. Well, this is Oklahoma. It's a 1.3. We've also been having earthquakes here in Texas. No problem. I didn't delete the comment. I'm not big on, there's some people that can't read. So if you do use caps, I'm not going to ban you for using caps. I'm not going to remove your comment because you're trying to get my attention. Sometimes when you use caps, it's easier for me to see that you were trying to ask a question. So that is fine. Just depends on which area of the United States. I get like this if there's one over 7.5 mag or one that's approximately 3 close to me. I predict one of a 7 on globe in a day or so. Let's hope there isn't, but I'm actually watching also because there could be another 7, but I am thinking more along the lines that it is going to be in South Africa, and the other one that may be in New Zealand area. I'm also looking at Indonesia. So mine are actually, the ones I look at are antipodal quakes. That is fine with me, Babette. If you need to use bigger caps so that I notice your comment, that is fine with me. Just as long as people aren't doing it on purpose to be rude, I'm not worried about it. In this chat room, it is free speech, and we do not tend to move people's comments unless they are being rude to other people. All these red dots, you guys, are earthquakes. I'm not going to click on every single one of them because they're not all today. This one was on the 24th. I just like going through and looking at them. A lot of these are on the 24th, so you'll see how many earthquakes are actually going on along the New Madrid. And I'm noticing that they're going up above the New Madrid, so this area here is quiet. So we should be watching this area right here for at least a 4 to a 5. This area here is a quiet zone. This is another quiet zone here too. Me never rude, no intention of rude, jerk, or butthead. Thank you. Broke Session is good people, so anybody that's friends with him will be friends with me. Pinch me? 0.7, 8 kilometers north-northeast of Government Camp, Oregon. Woohoo! You had an earthquake. Oh my goodness. Woohoo! So I did ask a question, you guys, on an earthquake group yesterday. I asked, and there's a reason for this. This is in Oregon. I asked where all the earthquakes are for Oregon. Now, a lot of people were giving me comments, okay? And my reasoning for asking that question is, if we look at EMSE, USGS, and a lot of these different earthquake sites, you will note, and I'm going to show you all the picture for this, you will note, if I can find it, let me open this up. You will note that this is what is posted, okay? Yes, axial seamount has frequent earthquakes with thousands recorded per day during recent seismic crisis, and the seismicity is closely monitored to predict eruptions. The active submarine volcano is located at an intersection of the Juan de Fuca Ridge and the Cobb Hotspot in the Northeast Pacific Ocean. So I asked the question, where are all these thousands of earthquakes per day? Where are they posted? Because I can't find them. So I can't find all those earthquakes that are being posted over there for the axial seamount. If somebody else can find them, let me know. Because, you know, so far, even on Oregon Live Earthquake Map, I'm not finding them. And let's show y'all that again. If I can find... let me pull this up again. Show me, please, where all these earthquakes, these thousands of earthquakes are hitting. Because, you know, I don't see them. So, if they're posting them, and they're supposedly happening, and there's thousands of earthquakes a day, where are they? I see one earthquake, and that was for July 28th, 2025. So, I did ask that question because I would like to know where they are posting this seismic data at. Especially if they can pull up, yes, axial seamount has frequent earthquakes with thousands recorded per day during recent seismic crisis. The seismicity is closely monitored to predict eruptions. The active submarine volcano is located at the intersection of Juan de Fuca and the Cobb Hotspot in the Northeast Pacific Ocean. Please tell me where those earthquakes are located so I can find them for seismicity purposes and research. I don't see them. So there's my tirade, because, you know, you can tell me that a volcano is going to go off, but guess what? There's always seismicity at a volcano. So if they are knowing that that volcano off the west coast is going to erupt any day, wouldn't it be pertinent to be showing the earthquakes for that area? It just makes me wonder. And you know, a lot of times when earthquakes go boom, they have a 6 or a 7 attached to them of an earthquake. So, just makes me wonder. Some of them don't. This one oozes lava. It's underwater. But the fact is they're saying that there's thousands of earthquakes per day. So I'm just not seeing them. So, you know, that's just part of researching something, and you would expect to see the research data. All right, you guys, I have been live for 2 hours, and I am going to end my live stream. Really don't have anything else to talk about this morning. If you would like to help me, please like, subscribe, and share the video. Also, on my personal account, if you would like to help me with fixing my car, I do have a PayPal listed in the About for the channel. Anyways, you guys, I love you. Please remember to tell someone else that you love them. Tomorrow may not be promised. And make each day an adventure. Get outside, explore, do something fun. And always, always, always be good to other people. Put your best foot forward. Anyways, you guys, I will see you all on the next live stream. Babette, welcome to the channel. Broke Fishing, thank you for being here today. Richard, wherever you are, I hope you're having fun. To everybody else who has checked in today, much love. And I will see you all on the next live or video. Please take good care of yourselves and please stay safe. Remember, be prepared.